Today I'm going to tell you about the Judgement of Paris, which is an ancient Greek myth. Now there was a great big wedding up in heaven, and all of the goddesses were invited to it, except for Eris, the goddess of discord. Why? Because you don't invite the goddess of discord to your wedding. And she was upset by this, so she got a golden apple from the Garden of Hesperides, and she wrote on it, "To the fairest," or "To the most beautiful," and she threw it into the wedding. Now, as soon as it landed, 3 goddesses pounced on it because they thought that they were the fairest, and it was for them. They were Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. Now, they went to Zeus, the king of the gods, and they said, "Excuse me, which one of us is the most beautiful?" And Zeus did the sensible thing and went, "I'm not qualified to answer this, but there's a guy that I know who can do it for you." That's a guy called Paris of Troy. So they went to Paris of Troy, they cornered him and said, "Which of us is the most beautiful?" Which no guy wants to be asked, especially by 3 angry goddesses. All 3 of them tried to bribe him. So Hera offered to make him the king of Asia and Europe. Athena offered him skills in war and wisdom. And Aphrodite offered him the most beautiful woman in the world, which at that time was Helen, who was married to Menelaus. Now, Paris, he chose Aphrodite as the most beautiful to take the apple because he wanted Helen. And so he took Helen back to Troy, and that was what kicked off the Trojan Wars, where the Greeks went to Troy to try and destroy the city and the civilization. Now, it reached a deadlock because they couldn't break the siege until a certain goddess decided to intervene on Greece's part. That was Athena, because she had never forgotten being rejected by Paris. So she whispered into the ear of Odysseus, "Hey, if you make a wooden horse, you fill it with soldiers, and you offer it as a gift, we could crack this thing wide open." So of course that's what they did. The soldiers got in through the door, they opened the door, they destroyed the entirety of Troy. So because Paris had not chosen Athena as the most beautiful person at that wedding, she destroyed his family, she destroyed his city, she destroyed his entire civilization. Now I think the moral of this one is pretty clear. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And if you have to pick which of 3 goddesses is the most beautiful, recuse yourself, because it's not going to end well for you. And that is the legend of the Judgement of Paris.